the issue of drought management is a fundamental role of my state department. And I want to say that in the past, for many years, drought management has never been proactive. We have always reacted to vagaries of drought, and our main role was just to provide relief food and rush to, drought-stricken areas, conduct barazas, talk a lot of things there, a lot of rhetoric, and come back. We have never had proper strategies in the past to proactively deal with drought. Now, this ending drought emergency is a new policy direction, which is actually aimed at proactive management of drought. As I said, many of you are aware that this area of ours has huge potential in terms of development, in terms of land, in terms of resources. And now the strategy of EDE is to use these potentials to end emergencies. We are going to have more and more droughts in future. Actually, some of them may even be worse than the drought we had in 2021-2023. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong in having drought because we have the reality of climate change. But what is wrong is to accept drought to kill our animals, is to accept drought to kill our people, is to accept drought to lead to starvation of our people. Now the ED strategy is to put in place measures to ensure that we are prepared for any drought, and one way of preparing is to ensure that we use the resources at our disposal to produce food for ourselves. The speakers who have been on the floor since yesterday have given us a lot of statistics. One by saying that ASAL constitutes 80% of Kenya's land mass. And what is happening is that this government is planning to have ASAL areas as the next frontier for wealth of Kenya, as the next frontier for food production, as the next frontier for exploitation of all kinds of opportunities. We have the EDE plans to set up infrastructure, water infrastructure, to lead to dry land irrigation agriculture. And this was mentioned last night by all of you, that we have land. What we only need is water. The governor of Marsabit was very clear. He said we need mega dams to be established in all these places. And part of the EDE is to establish these mega dams so that the local pastoralists can produce their own food instead of relying on relief food. The senator of Wajir this morning was very clear. He said, when appears, we do not need relief food. Once we establish this program we are just talking about, the EDE, when a senator, Wajir County has a potential to produce food and send relief to Nyeri, and send relief food to Nyandarua, relief food to Kisii, which are now high potential areas. Why? While these ASAL counties still have massive land in those areas are now reducing. The richest man in Nyeri, the richest landowner in Nyeri, may be having only 10 acres, while the richest landowner in Wajir may be having 1,000 acres. So once we implement these strategies to proactively deal with drought, we have a capacity to produce our own food. Secondly, the drought which happened between 2021 and 2023 killed more than 2.6 heads of cattle across northern Kenya and other 23 ASAL counties. The strategy in ED now is to say, even if drought comes, we should not lose our animals. How are we going to do that? We are having a policy program called feedlots across 30 counties in Kenya. We are going to establish more than 450 feedlots in these ASAL counties to establish 5,000 acres of land under pasture, which will also entail irrigation to grow grass for animals, so that we beat this monster of climate change. And therefore, thank you very much. That is the strategy entailed in the EDE. Thank you.